Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talking About Tapes. I'm with my good friend Trisha.
Wait, where do I look? I'm
sorry. You look at that camera.
Oh, hi.
Yes, or that camera. If you look at that camera, no one's going to see you. Yeah, we're here with Trisha. She was in town. We bumped into each other at a socially distanced bunga bunga party. Yeah, as you can imagine, it wasn't a very good bunga bunga party.
No, but it was very Italian.
It was very Italian. So you saw the movie Deep Red recently, Dario Argento's Deep Red, and that was your first.
Rosso.
Yes, that was your first giallo movie.
Yep, giallo.
And you were like, I really like this movie. I want to see more like it. And I was like, oh, don't worry. I know a lot of Italian films, but
yeah, I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah, here's the thing. I didn't grow up watching like giallo movies. They were hard to find until recently. So, like, I've seen Suspiria, Deep Red, I've seen a few, but I don't know enough. But I know a lot of Italian horror films, so I recommended Cruel Jaws. Now, I'm self-conscious, because words that end in AW, I pronounce them as L's.
Jaws.
So, yeah, someone...
That's a Philly thing.
That is a Philly thing. It's one of the few Philly things I have.
How do you pronounce towel?
Towel.
Oh, okay, towel.
Yeah,
a lot of people
tail,
from Philly are like tail, yeah.
Yes, anyway, so Cruel Jaws, or Jaws 5.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, it's no connection to Jaws from 1975 or its sequels, but it wants you to believe it's the fifth one.
Right.
This was made by, Bruno Mattei.
Yeah, Mattei.
Or Mattei.
Bruno Mattei.
Bruno Mattei, he was a, famous...
You're so Italiano!
Look, I've never been to... Like, I got a lot of problems with the Italian people after watching this
Antonio
movie.
Piluso, you're so Italian.
Yeah, but I've never, like, been to Italy. Like, Whatever.
Okay. You're Italo-Americano, ecco.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Sure.
Never spoke Italian
I was going to mention
up,
at the end, but I guess we'll mention now. Trisha does a lot of Italian things, so that she's going to lecture me throughout this whole thing.
I will. I'm an Italian teacher.
Okay, so now this film, we watched the newest HD restoration of this film because of all the films that needed HD restoration, this one needed it. Sadly, we did not see the original cut of this film, which included scenes from Jaws 1 and 2. They tried to release it on Blu-ray before with those scenes intact, and Universal Pictures was like, no. So they've cut the Jaws 1 and 2 out, but don't worry. It still has scenes from other, shark movies that ripped off Jaws. We have, yeah, okay, pronounce, what is this, Joe D'Amato? Is that how you say his name?
Ma dove? Sì, Joe D'Amato.
Okay, the movie Deep Blood, and most of the footage, so when you see the, animatronic shark, that's from a movie called The Last Shark, by Enzo G. Castellari.
Bravo.
Okay. Yeah, so it's now available on Blu-ray, and it was perfect time for us to review this. The perfect time. So Bruno Mattei filmed this. Mattei. Anyway. He directed this, but he was such a good hack Italian filmmaker. He was a great con man. He's like, wait, if someone sees my Guido-ass name on this, they're going to be like, I'm not watching this. So he used the name William Snyder, and yeah. So American. Bruno is not a William Snyder.
No.
Okay, so let's talk about this movie. It's basically a ripoff of Jaws 1.
It is.
Yeah.
You watch the beginning, and I feel like you think that it's going to be a Jaws movie, and then it just really
that's what they wanted you to think. But, most of these movies, they try to, build up the monster. This one, they just show you the monster right he is.
Right away. Just right
there he is.
off
There
the
he is, headbutting a cavern. The shark is just headbutting a cave over and over again while they're scuba diving. I forget what the scuba divers were even doing.
They were just, and the shark is literally just headbutting.
Yeah, it's the shittiest, toy model I've ever seen. And it comes back at the end of the film, the toy model. And, I gotta watch the other two movies to see what shark is from which movie. But yeah, it looks awful. And the shark roars.
Yeah, the shark was roaring.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Now, the Jaws movies kind of did this too. Now, here's a fun fact about sharks.
Do they make noise?
No, they don't roar. They don't fucking roar.
I mean...
but after that, we cut to, a van driving.
It's a tiger shark.
Yeah,
That's why.
Wait.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't, because all the goddamn stock footage is from a great white or, another shark. So yeah, keep in mind, when you watch this movie, it's like a great white shark, and then there's a shark with all these cuts on it. They couldn't even get stock footage of the same, type of shark. But the opening music's great when the two people are driving into town. And we meet our hero, the glasses guy.
Is he really a hero?
He's such a dweeb. Oh my god.
He is a sweaty. That's what he is. He's a sweaty.
But he's got the biggest mouth in the world. In the whole movie, he's like overacting all his words. I'm like, what the fuck? Why did you make this your leading man?
Exactly. And he gets so angry at certain points.
Yeah.
He's just like, his head is gonna explode. It's like, bro, calm down.
So he's going to this aquarium to meet his friend Dag, who kept sounding like they were saying dad, and I thought it was his son for a bit. But his girlfriend's like really pissed. She hates him.
Right.
She's like, I hate you. You're always obsessed with fish.
Right.
And when they get there, she goes, something smells fishy. And I'm like, all right, I get it. There's sharks in the movie.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought too.
Yeah.
You know?
And then here's, speaking of inconsistencies, we see a little girl swimming with dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did you notice about the girl swimming in the water?
She was swimming.
Yeah.
Her legs were moving.
Yeah, her legs were moving because it was very clear water and she's kicking her legs. And they're like, oh, girl swimming with the dolphins. And then
Totally normal.
They pull her out of the water and put her in a wheelchair. And I'm like, wait, no, we just saw her kicking her legs.
That made absolutely no sense.
Her legs are fine the entire movie. The entire movie. There's a scene at the end where they pull her out of something. She's kicking her legs.
Exactly.
Oh, my other favorite part of that dolphin scene, the crowd is like cheering for her.
Yeah. And
There's no
camera
one.
moves and it's like, oh,
The camera,
empty. There's no one
The
here.
camera comes back. There's no crowd. There's like, who's cheering for this little girl? And like, I think the movie wants you to think this is like SeaWorld, but it's like clearly
It's
not.
not. It's like
definitely
two people that are like.
It's definitely some aquarium, but there's not a big giant crowd at this place.
Oh, not at all. The dolphins were cute though. I like the dolphins.
Yeah, the dolphins are nice. The seal was well trained,
seal
I guess.
was great. Yeah, the seal was probably the star of the movie. I would say.
Yeah.
He was my favorite character.
I did get kind of like worried for the girls swimming with the dolphins. Are assholes. I don't know if you know. Yeah, dolphins are like real dicks.
No, I didn't. I've gone swimming with dolphins in
Okay.
Mexico, and they were pretty nice.
Yeah.
Why are they assholes? They're pretty smart.
Well, it's an Italian film, so I guess I'll mention it. Dolphins are like real rapey. Dolphins suck. Yeah, no, dolphins are like, there are footage of dolphins jumping out of the water and attacking their trainers. They are dicks, yeah. We meet my favorite character, Dag, who I think we both said is Hulk Hogan.
So yeah, there's Hulk Hogan, but there is like every character has their own like famous person. So there's
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, there's like Justin Timberlake, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Who was Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
He's some actor from like the 90s.
No, I know who he
like
is,
a
but who is he
heartthrob.
in this
I don't
movie?
know, one of the blonde-haired dudes. And then there's like AJ from Backstreet Boys. Like I named all of them. Because I was like, I don't know your name, or your name, but you
Yeah.
look like these people.
Well, I have like Hulk Hogan and glasses guy. Like I didn't remember their names either.
We have to talk about how they were just standing there. And then the director was like, okay, go.
Oh yeah, sorry, I skipped ahead. I just realized. Yeah, I sent you that video. So this is a mistake a lot of young editors do. I did this in high school and early college where like you start filming and then you tell the actors to go. And you're supposed, when you're editing it, you're supposed to start the scene from when they're already walking. But in this movie, I imagine, look, these movies aren't great, but they have a little bit more money than I did in high school. You see the shot of them standing there, and then they walk. I'm like, why did they leave the set? But yeah, I was
so
jumping
funny.
ahead. We find out that Hulk Hogan's getting evicted because a businessman is buying his park.
Something, I didn't get that. I don't know.
He's like buying because he couldn't pay rent. So
Well, because he has this whole backstory where his like wife and daughter were in an accident,
Yeah.
and that's why I guess his daughter doesn't have
He says it
legs.
But then we see the couple frolicking on the beach and they find a dead body. And it's like that movie. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Jaws.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, did you ever
Maybe.
see that one where they find the
Probably.
dead girl's body?
yeah,
It's like Jaws.
Right.
By the way, I have 3 copies of that movie. And I left all of them at home, so that's why I have the Nintendo cartridge there. They think it's a boating accident, and Glasses Guy is like, no, I think it's a shark, like this movie I once saw called Jaws.
Jaws. Oh, yeah, I can see the similarities now.
Yeah, can you?
Well, the funny thing is that when he finds the body, right, and I guess like the mayor, whoever the hell that guy, that businessman is.
Yeah, that was
like,
weird because the mayor's there, but then it's a business guy, and I wasn't clear which one was which.
Okay.
There's two people.
Because I thought the business guy was the mayor.
No, the mayor was like the dorkier looking dude with the business
So the
guy.
Jack Nicholson.
Yes, the Jack Nicholson guy
is the businessman.
Oh, okay, yes.
Right?
Yes, and then like the white-haired scientist-looking guy, he's the mayor, and they're kind of like in bed together, like financially and shit.
Okay, great. Well, in that scene, we have the Jack Nicholson businessman, and then we have the mayor, and the mayor is like all down. What's his name? What's the dude's name? The guy, the glasses.
Just
dweeb.
glasses guy. I don't know his name.
So he's like, I need you to tell me what did this right now. I need to know. Like, this scientist is just gonna be like right off the bat, yeah, it was a shark. Well, that's exactly what he did. It's like, how the hell do you even know that? What if it is a boating accident? Like, he's like.
Yeah, he even says like this body's been in the water for a while. I'm not gonna know for a bit. By the way, so this movie moves way too fast. I mean, you want it to move fast because it sucks. But, all right, so this is another... Keep in mind, I'm an award-winning filmmaker, so I know what I'm talking about. So when you cut to another scene, especially if it's a location the audience hasn't seen before, you usually do something called, like, an establishing shot. Like, we see a building, we're like, okay, this scene is going to be in this building. That doesn't happen in this movie. It's just beach, hard cut inside the guy's office, hard cut inside the... I'm like, where are we? Who is in relation to who? What time of day? I don't know what the length of the timeline of this movie is. If you told me this movie was in 1/2 hour, I'd be like, yeah, probably.
Probably. That's how it felt. But then when it's like nighttime, don't they like?
Oh my god!
The lights, blue lights.
Oh, no, it's the next scene actually. So yes, it is nighttime now. Italians have a problem with this. Maybe you can explain this to me. So is everyone in Italy's eyes like just not working right? Because now there's a thing called day for night where you shoot during the day, you put a filter on to kind of make it look like nighttime. Now what you usually do, what a good movie does, they try to like pick a dark area to film on or film in and try to like block out as much of the light as they can. So Italians are dumb. They'll just be like, oh, the sun's out and there's not a cloud in the sky. Let's film on the beach. We'll slap the blue filter. Here it is. Hey guys, it's daytime now. Oh, look, it's nighttime.
It's night.
Oh my god. In editing, this is all going to be blue.
I was so confused. I didn't know that it was supposed to be nighttime. I was like, why is this weird blue light on
this
here?
happens in so many Italian films. It's like
Just Italian movies?
Huh?
Just the Italian movies?
It happens in a lot of movies, but Italians aren't really good at like quality control and to make it. They're about like making a good poster and a title, whether it's legal or not, and getting you in the theater.
Yeah,
that's all they care about.
true.
A girl in a bikini walks past the guy and he's like, look at her, she has tits like a watermelon. And I'm like, I don't think this guy's ever seen a watermelon. Like, that girl was fine, but they weren't watermelons. I'm like, all right. But you know what? It was very dark out because it was nighttime.
Exactly. Oh my god.
And then we go back to the business guy, and he's sweating through his shirt.
Yeah, he was like profusely sweating for some reason.
Like, he just had like tit sweat, and I'm like, why? Why did
Change your damn shirt.
Like, aren't you supposed to be like this rich, wealthy guy? You don't have AC. Like, I know you're in Florida, but like, probably the Guido's house they shot in didn't have AC.
That makes a lot of sense. Italians, we don't use air conditioning, so actually, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that gene. As soon as it's like May, I'm like, all right, let's crank that AC.
AC is 62 degrees. Let's get it done. It's horrible.
Then we go back to nighttime. By the way, I think it's daytime at the business guy's house, and then it's back to nighttime.
Okay, yeah, it just switches. See, again, we don't know.
It's the worst day for night shot I've ever seen. That's what I have written on my notes. And then they go out into the water, and the girl gets eaten. Like this, what's that movie that starts with the guy and girl going to the water and the girl gets eaten? Oh, Jaws, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like Jaws.
Just like that movie, right? Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. If you're pretending to be Jaws 5, if you're trying to trick idiots into thinking this is the fifth one, like, wouldn't you, like, not try to redo the first one as much as possible? Like,
the exact same. It makes no sense.
The exact same fucking thing.
But then the boyfriend's just like, oh, she's dead. I'm gonna run away.
Oh yeah,
like,
duh.
Just doesn't care. Like,
if my girlfriend got eaten in the water, I'd be like, well, I'm running away from the water. Like, I don't think you guys really get it. Like, the sun is just beating down on these people.
You can obviously see it.
It's kind of like, I don't know if I ever mentioned it before, but I was in this movie called The Dark Knight Rises.
Were you?
And the scene I was in was supposed to be in wintertime, but we shot it in August. So we're all wearing winter jackets, and I got horribly sunburned. But we all had to pretend like it was cold as we're, like, sweating to death. Yeah, we're back
Look like
there.
you got a fever, I guess. You're, like, sweating, like...
Oh, also, this scene probably could have just been shot during the day. I don't understand why this had to be at night. None of this had to be at night.
It didn't.
And then we find out there's like a little Romeo and Juliet thing here, where like the business owner's daughter is in love with the aquarium guy's son. And by the way, there are too many fucking characters in this movie.
Yeah, I couldn't keep track.
There are too many characters. We have to remember.
Too much stuff going
like,
on.
Here's what you got to know in Jaws, right? Chief Brody, his wife, their kids, kind of. Quint and Richard Dreyfuss's character.
Yeah.
That's 5.
That's it.
This movie has like 10 people,
Yeah.
and then they add people at the end, and you got to figure out which one is which, and they all look alike to me.
See, that's why I give them different names. I don't even know their names.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Hulk Hogan and Justin Timberlake.
Hulk Hogan stood out the most.
He did. That is true.
The business owner sends his son in to poison the dolphins.
Yeah, which I didn't understand. I mean, yeah, like you hate the guy, you want to take his business, but why the hell do you got to put the dolphins into it?
Yeah,
like,
and
what do they have anything to do with it?
Also, how hard is it to poison a dolphin? He's waving the fish to get them closer.
He doesn't even like give it to the dolphin. He's just like, come here.
Yeah.
Like, just throw it to the damn dolphin if you're gonna poison him.
And then he leaves all the evidence, and then it doesn't even kill the dolphin, and it's like, I feel like they just had to pad out the time. I laughed so hard. So the cop, the sheriff or whatever, he exits the police station. And I don't know, like, I started laughing because the police station door, it's just a sticker of a badge. Like a shiny sticker of a badge that they just put on a door. And before I could laugh at that, I laughed so hard because then the sheriff jumps over the pole.
They start playing like heroic music, and he's like...
That sheriff is like 40 something. Like, you don't want to, like, don't risk it. You're gonna hurt your hip
damn
or
back, yeah. That was so funny.
Oh yeah, so Glasses guy is trying to do his best for Richard Dreyfuss. I think that's when they're doing like the autopsy. And he's insisting it's a tiger shark. And then we get let me see. Oh, the business guy visits Hulk Hogan. And he's like, he says, tell Bob, who I guess is his son, to stay away from my daughter, or you can buy another wheelchair.
That was horrible.
And he points to the little girl, and she starts crying.
Like, what is this man gonna do to me?
Yeah, and then the seal knocks him in the water.
Oh my gosh.
And then we get to the mayor. Again, the mayor refuses to close the beaches.
Why was the businessman so mean to Bob or Hulk Hogan, whatever the hell his name? I don't know their names.
I think, well, we find out toward the end he's got ties to the mob, so I just think he's a bad guy.
Right, but like it was so mean to like incorporate the little girl into it and everything.
I know,
like,
he's a mean guy. He's not a nice guy. But they go to the mayor, and they're like, you gotta close the beaches, there's a shark. And he's like, there's too much money riding on this, we can't close the beaches. And it reminded me of another movie.
Which one?
It's this movie where a mayor won't close the beach despite a shark. A guy named Steve directed it. It's called Jaws.
Ah, that's right. Jaws.
It's just, I'm like, how much of this fucking movie are you gonna rip off? By the way, this movie's made in 1995. Like, there are other shark rip-offs you could be, well, they recycled footage, but like, you could come up with a different plot line at this point.
Exactly. Just write your own story.
But then, you know what this movie needs? A disgruntled relationship. So the one girl is making out with Glasses guy, and the sheriff like interrupts their date night, and he's like, we gotta go, something about a shark. And she says, once and for all, Billy, it's the fish or me. But like, why does she like really hates that this guy has a job or something?
She really does.
Yeah.
Like, at least he's making a living for himself.
Yeah,
It's something that he
he's making a living.
enjoys,
Like,
right?
You're
Does he go
trapped.
home smelling like fish or something? Like,
I
that
mean,
I can understand. Like, if she's
I
kind of annoyed
guess.
with that, but like, take a damn shower. I don't know.
But like, I just, And of all the times to bring this up when he's trying to save people's lives, that's when you're going to start yelling at him.
Exactly. Right when he has something really important to do.
And then this actress was gold. She goes,
I want you to find the tallest skyscraper you can and throw yourself off, and then go fuck yourself.
And then you texted me this line. Hulk Hogan is having a touching moment with his daughter. And she says, why do sharks eat people? And what does he say to her?
What does he say to her?
It's in the notes there. Because they're always hungry.
Oh. Because they're always hungry.
That's why they eat people. By the way, sharks actually don't kill many people.
They don't.
I don't think they even... I don't remember...
Very rare.
The last time I heard of I don't even remember the last time a shark actually ate a person. Like bites, there's bites.
Yeah.
But I don't...
To like eat a person whole and like actually...
No, because they don't really like people. They eat like fat shit, like
yeah.
seals and whatnot.
Exactly.
They don't really go after people.
Yeah.
But no, they eat people because they're always hungry, apparently. Glasses guy's girlfriend goes to a party, and she's just ready to cheat on him.
She was horrible in that scene.
That's like really, like, not even like thinking about, like, she went from just making out with her boyfriend,
Yeah.
getting into one fight. It was like, well, now I'm just cheating on him. Like, wow, that's...
Like, I guess I'm single now.
Yeah, and her friend is totally for it, by the way. Her friend's like, yeah, you should totally cheat on that guy.
Man, who cares? Go with this guy. This fucking Justin, what's his name? Sorry, I said fucking.
That's fine. This scene was very jarring to me, though, when they were at the party, because they did this thing called actually shooting at night. And I was like, wow, the sky is black, not bright and tinted blue. Somehow the shark gets hooked on like a buoy, and it starts dragging this buoy around like the shark drags the barrels in Jaws.
What was the movie?
Jaws.
Oh,
Jaws,
yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. The original Jaws, the animatronic didn't work that much, and that's why they didn't really show the shark for the first half of that movie. Mm-hmm. And they came up with that plot device, like, oh, we'll shoot the barrels on it. That way we only have to drag the barrels around, you'll know where the shark is. But this movie did it because Jaws did it.
Yeah.
Like, Jaws, that was a clever solution to a problem. This movie's like, well, it's got to drag something like the other movie.
You gotta do it.
Fucking Bruno Mattei. Jesus Christ.
Mattei. I don't even know if he deserves his name being pronounced correctly after this one, though.
No one else pronounces it correctly. So the cops have a solution to this.
Let's build a wall.
They're going to build a wall.
I think they got inspiration from Trump.
Well, I don't know. This is 95. I think... Yeah. At that point, Donald Trump was still a well-respected Democrat in New York, so I don't know if he would come up with that idea. But yeah, their idea is like, don't worry, we'll build a wall full of people with guns around fucking Florida. Like, do they not realize like there's more than one shark, and then you can't just net off an entire...
Just net off the whole beach. Like, I don't know.
But I did like the sheriff was out looking out for, the shark. And this family's like, hey, is this where the shark killed that person? Can we see the...
But wait, that family was from like Australia or something. Like they had an accent.
Yeah,
so
they had
literally
a weird
came
accent.
from all the way across the world to see this damn killer shark.
By the way, if you're in Australia, you could probably see some pretty gnarly sharks. I don't know why you're coming to Florida. Like, they're just like, oh, we heard about the shark. Can we see it? It's like, what? Are you guys insane?
But then they get mad because then the Coast Guard's like, no, they're not. There's no shark here. They're like, what do you mean? We came all this way.
We came all this way.
Go to an aquarium.
Yeah, really, you should be like, I don't know, there's probably a lot of sharks. It's this thing called the ocean. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's pretty big. But they kill one shark, and they assume everything is fine. Mm-hmm. Like in Jaws. Like when they kill the tiger shark in Jaws, and they're like, oh, well, that's clearly fine.
That's it, we're done. Shark's gone.
And I have it right here. Do people not realize there's a lot of sharks in the ocean? Like, yeah. You got to cut it open to see if it's, which they do in Jaws. I don't think they do it in this one.
I don't think they did. No. But one of the boats did have a Confederate flag.
Yeah, we got to cancel this movie.
Yeah, I think that's not okay.
Yeah. So they're getting ready to do a race. What is that? Wind sailing?
Yeah, wind sailing. Wind.
They're doing that,
surfing.
and the Jaws theme plays, kind of. But surprise, the net doesn't work.
Of course.
So apparently walls don't work, so...
They don't. The shark gets through, obviously.
And I was going to say when I was watching this, like, wow, that animatronic shark looks really good for this stupid movie, but it's because it was ripped from the other movie. the last shark, which now I actually, based off the clips I saw in this movie, I'm like, wow, the last shark actually looks pretty fucking good. I wanted to go see that movie. And Wheelchair Girl falls in the water.
Of course she does. And guess what? Oh, her legs work, don't they? She was...
See, Jesus came down for a second and healed her legs, but just enough to kick out of the water.
Yeah, so she doesn't drown. It's okay.
But this is like a weird scene because the girlfriend, the cheating girlfriend, is in the water and she's screaming.
Well, because she was trying to save the little girl who was swimming.
Yeah, and then it like hard cuts, and I'm like, oh, did she die? I don't know. And then it's in the hospital. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm waiting for them to say like she's injured and whatnot, but then the guy just goes, she died because of you.
Well, wait, because then Hulk Hogan says to his little daughter without the legs, and he's like, hey, your friend, she's okay. She's going to be fine. So then I was like, oh, okay, good. So the girlfriend's okay.
No.
And then 2 seconds later, like the friggin' cut scene, it's like, nope, she died because of you. That is great.
By the way, every time we say Hulk Hogan, the Hulk Hogan theme starts playing in my head. So then they talk about like the science of the shark and like how the shark is a perfect killer. And they start ripping off other Spielberg movies because he actually says like the shark will kill you here, cut you here, here, and here. And then he says you're still alive when it starts eating you. And that is word for word the beginning of Jurassic Park when Alan Grant is talking to the little boy.
When it attacks here, here,
here, or here.
in the middle of your belly and your guts are out.
Or maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines.
Trouble is, you're still alive when he starts eating you.
You are alive when they start to eat you.
But it turns out the bad guy is working for the mob.
Apparently. Because why? This movie is
this movie is
Italian.
It's
you
Italian.
need the mob in Italian movies.
Exactly. That's why I put The Godfather and The Sopranos VHS box sets here. And I thought this is like the movie was about to end, but it goes on for a while after this.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. You feel like this is the ending. They get off on their boat, and what starts playing? What music starts playing?
I thought we were transitioning into Star Wars.
It is the first few notes of like the opening Star Wars theme. Like my girlfriend came home while that happened, and I paused and I rewound. I'm like, you got to listen to this.
She was like, are you watching Star Wars?
Yeah, she was like, wow, that really is Star Wars. And they play it for a lot of the movie. Oh, also, this movie has a really annoying habit of characters speaking really low, but background noise being really loud.
Yeah, they don't know how to like fix that.
No, they don't know how to level the audio. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. They didn't know how to cut people standing still and walking. But yeah, characters will be like, oh my god, the shark. And then you hear in the background just seagulls screaming into the mic.
I needed to put on subtitles for this. I was like, I have no idea what's happening.
Well, they start shooting at the shark and nothing comes out of the gun. Like the shell comes out, but they clearly didn't even have like gunpowder to make the sparks. It's just nothing. Just nothing.
It's so fake.
And then the toy shark fights the toy boat.
Yeah, it's like someone is like just playing with a toy shark in like
Really?
the bath or something.
It really
Like-
is so shitty. It's so bad. The bad guy's son is out there.
Right.
And they're trying to kill him. And the girl who was all for the other girl cheating is on there, and she like lifts up the gasoline and spills it, and then the guy's like, well, now's the perfect time to shoot a flare gun.
Right, exactly. Like,
Fucking blow.
it's like, what the hell?
I laughed for a solid minute when they blew each other, because like the shark had nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
The shark
That girl
just
was-
happened
oh
to
my
be
gosh.
there.
It was so dumb. Like, she just takes
Yeah.
the gas and she's just like, all right, I'm going to kill the shark.
Yeah, and the guy. And then this next scene, the sheriff is on a helicopter now, and he's no longer in his uniform. And I thought that was weird. Like, it took me a minute to realize it was the sheriff because he's been in his uniform the entire time.
And there's a lot of characters, so.
And there's 10 million goddamn characters. You know what? I don't even know who's on the hero's boat at the end. I don't know if the guy's son is on the boat. I don't know who's there. But the sheriff is in the helicopter, and the reason he's wearing like a button-up white shirt is because they're using a scene from The Last Shark where a character in the helicopter was wearing a similar outfit, so they needed it to match.
Right.
But it makes no sense why he's suddenly out of his shirt other than to match that.
Oh my god, the editing is so bad.
It's like, I get what they're trying to do, but it's like, he's the sheriff. Like, you couldn't even put like a little badge on him or
something. Like, make it show who he is.
Well, the shark kills him in the helicopter, I assume. There's an origin to the shark. Now, in Jaws, it's a shark. It's killing people. It developed a taste for humans and whatnot. In Jaws, you ever see Jaws 4?
I don't think so.
Jaws 4, The Revenge. It's a shark that wants revenge on the family for killing the previous sharks. And no, this is like a real thing. So the wife from the first movie, she goes to the Caribbean when her second son dies to live with her first son. And she goes to the Caribbean, and the shark follows them to the Caribbean because it wants revenge.
Of course, because it knows exactly where they go.
Yeah, that's a real Jaws sequel origin story. And the novelization for that book, it turns out it was voodoo magic. But anyway, yeah. But this movie, they're like, I don't even know how Glasses Guy knows this. He's like, but I think this shark was born in captivity and it was trained to kill people as a weapon.
Wait, move your mouth a little more.
Yeah, it was trained to kill people as a weapon. Like with the glasses. And like, it's like, and then it sunk, and I bet it lives in that sunken wreckage. And it's like, how do you
know that? It's so detailed.
Also, like, I don't think we really needed a reason for the shark killing. Like, we know what movie you're ripping off.
Yeah.
We're aware of what this fucking movie is. Just, we get it.
Like, if you wanted to change the storyline, you could have done it for the whole movie, not for the end where you change the motivation of the shark.
Yeah. It's like if I made a movie about dinosaurs in a theme park. I'm probably not going to tell you how I brought the dinosaurs back, because you kind of know what movie I'm ripping off. You're like, all right, yeah, he did a thing. Oh my God. But my favorite character shows up at this point in the film. The short Hawaiian shirt mafia guy.
Of course.
He was my favorite character. He just kind of shows up and he's just always wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
He was probably in like 3 scenes, and he's just like one of those like little mobsters.
Yeah, so they leave. They're like, these are the coordinates for the place. And then he comes in. He's like, oh, yeah, let's get these fucking coordinates back to the bar. But then he dies. He's the best character, and he dies. And this whole ending really pissed me off. So at the ending of this movie called Jaws, their plan goes wrong, and Quint ends up dying. And the other guy is like trapped underneath water. Richard Dreyfuss, you think he's dead for a bit, or you kind of forget about him. In this one, multiple characters are going underwater to set up bombs at the shark's location. Yeah. Because that's its home.
That's where it lives. That's where it's gonna be.
Not knowing that like sharks can like migrate, like they're fine. Sharks can find other places to live. So they go to blow it up, and the shark constantly keeps going down, and I'm waiting for one of them to get eaten.
Me too. I thought AJ from Backstreet Boys was gonna get eaten.
And then it happens like multiple, and then they're all fine.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck was the point of this?
No point at all.
And then they blow up the thing, and you just assume the shark's dead.
Right. They don't even know. They didn't even see the shark dead.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, oh yeah, cheer in, the shark is gone.
Like, I guess whatever movie they were getting the footage from didn't have a blown up shark. I don't know, maybe the original version where it had Jaws footage, they showed the shark blowing up. But yeah, that's this end of Jaws. After the shark blows up, remember they're swimming away, there's meat in the water and the seagulls are eating it. There's some like meat around the boat so we get the idea.
Exactly. So
just something. Oh, we forgot to mention that. The main bad guy, when he gets yelled at for opening up, he's like, all right, I'll give $100,000 reward to anyone who kills the shark. And who wins it? The guy who needs $100,000
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. He atomic leg dropped the shark. But yeah, I wasn't expecting the main bad guy to live.
I mean, I guess he did because he has to give the money to Hulk Hogan, right?
I feel like he could have had like a secretary or something. I don't think he needs to be there. By the way, he doesn't seem like bothered at all that his son's dead.
No, he doesn't care. And that's the thing, like with all the characters, like all the people that died, like no one cares about them. No. Like they just kind of go on living their lives. Like.
But I was like, any other movie, like the character would have died. Like the shark would have eaten the character. Right. Yeah, so that was Cruel Jaws, Jaws 5.
But he does get thrown into the pool.
He gets thrown into the pool.
The seal, the main character, the
now,
protagonist.
if the dolphins ate him, that would have been cool. But yeah, so what did you think of this amazing Italian film filmed in Florida? And for some reason, Italians, they never do audio on set and they ADR all the audio. I don't understand. Maybe you could tell me. Are there no audio engineers? Are there no sound people in Italy?
I think there are. They're just probably not very good.
Every Italian film I see, it's always someone recorded their lines later. Even if the film is Italian, not even like they dubbed it.
Well, I do know from like past Italian movies, right?
Yes.
From like the 40s and the 50s, probably getting also into the 60s and the 70s. They didn't have really good audio like techniques.
Okay.
So they actually did have to, like, because the cameras that they filmed with didn't have good audio, so they had to go back into the studio and record over and then dub all of the...
Yeah, no, I get that, but by 1995...
No, yeah, that's what I don't get.
Yeah.
You gotta, I don't know.
And I get, like, you want to release this in other territories, and it's easier just to get different people to do with different audio, but, like, not every goddamn... If you're filming indoors, you can put a mic on there.
Right.
Like, it's so...
I have no idea
so
why.
obnoxious. Anyway, you know a lot about Italian stuff. Plug all your Italian stuff.
So, what do I say?
Your Instagram, your TikTok, what you do on there.
Yeah, so I am Trisha's Italy. So TRISHASITALY. You guys can find me on Instagram as well as TikTok, and I also have a Facebook page, but mostly Instagram and TikTok. And I teach Italian. I do a lot of culture videos about Italian Americans, Italian culture, places to go, things to see, food to eat, and of course the language.
And I can't wait to go to Italy when the world opens up.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna yell at all of them for Cruel Jaws. Like, why?
Exactly.
Why did you do
all
this?
Of their rip-off movies.
And would you recommend this movie to people?
Can I just say one word?
Yes.
Terribile. Terribile.
That's terrible?
Yes.
Okay. But if you are gonna get this movie, our good friends at Severin Films, or Severin Pictures, our good friends at Severin have this beautiful HD restoration. I mean, it's beautiful. It was in HD. It's on Amazon Prime, and you can buy the Blu-ray if, for some reason, you want a physical copy of this movie.
Can I just say, though, like, I can't believe that they're charging people to watch this.
I mean, it's a famous ripoff. I get it. Oh, no, it's Cruel Jaws. Get back.
Not the Cruel Jaws.
Get back. You're so cruel, Jaws. Get back. Oh, no. It looks so real.
Pour some gasoline on him.
Oh.
Let's blow us up.
Oh, my God. Hey, you know what this is reminding me of? That movie, Jaws.
Oh, that one. Top 4 foods you thought were Italian, but are not. Chicken Parmesan. Not Italian, but we do have La Parmigiana. La Parmigiana is made with melanzane, eggplant. Pepperoni pizza. If you come to Italy and you say, pizza con pepperoni, they're going to give you pizza with peppers. Pepperoni in Italiano is peppers. Spaghetti and meatballs. In Italia, these are 2 separate dishes. Gli spaghetti, le polpette, fettuccine Alfredo. Doesn't exist. In Italia si dice, chi è Alfredo?